Hello everybody and welcome back to more of the Inquisitor series, where we're continuing on exactly where we left off in yesterday's pretty short episode. And the reason I left off there was because this pretty important event is happening as we speak. In the last episode we ended off with a giant droid coming to life. It was basically this prototype droid made with Isotope 5 that you see in the middle of the room there. And it's, if you want to know how to actually defeat it, because it is quite a strange boss to have in a story mission. It's more like a, like an actual boss that you would find in a Flashpoint. As far as mechanics go, so basically you have to fight him, and then when he kneels down, you go up to these two consoles, you hit two of them, it'll throw down the fire, then you can go back and fight him like I'm doing now. However, that doesn't, really affect the story and how you defeat him. But what I'm saying affects the story is that this is the strongest thing my character has come up against thus far in the entire story of everything she's done. Everything you've watched from Chapter 1 to Chapter 3, now in Chapter 4, this is the hardest thing she's ever had to fight. I mean, she beat Thanaton fairly easily, let's be honest. I mean, it was a long fight, but she beat him fairly easily, and it wasn't really that big of a challenge. But with this thing is the most advanced piece of war equipment that not only that she has seen, but has really been made, because Isotope 5 is very powerful, and it allows the Hutts to create some pretty nice technology. So the significance of this is that this is kind of the pinnacle of my character's career thus far. Her defeating this droid really proves not only to herself, which is very important to kind of have self-confidence about, this whole thing, but also to the rest of the Dark Council members that she is worthy of the position that she's in. And she, like I said before, she's kind of in this weird state of needing to prove that. She got onto the council, but she's still, it's not necessarily a secure position as of yet. Anybody could really come in and still take it, so she needs to secure that position and, I guess, future-proof what she's doing. That's her goal here. At least that's what's in the back of her mind. So taking this sucker out, which is very difficult, is going to be a big step in that direction. The other thing is making sure no other Sith kind of get in her way, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But that's less important than the fact that she's taken this sucker out. Also, it's very impressive for any of the Makeb people to see this, any of the Republic to see this. It's really going to make her stand out as an enemy. It's like in competition. Like if you've ever competed in anything and it's been, one-on-one for the most part, you typically will get to a position where if you're competing, a lot and you're winning a lot, you become a target and people learn how to take you down, whether it be through a weakness that you have in whatever sport or esport that you're playing, or otherwise. So she's kind of kept her middle ground here, but now she's rising to the top.
Support team. I found storage tanks, but they're mostly empty. There's only one sample left.
That
can't be right. Keep looking.
The Hutt could have transported the rest of the stockpile before we arrived. They may have known we were coming.
We'll figure this out.
Nulilak apa jam kamram. Amkanem nang nemua inuk.
Bomogala apa yang? Nilama imi amka amgap?
They couldn't have.
The Hutts used it all. They used up the isotope to make a damned army.
Can we extract what we need from the droids? Could there be another stockpile?
Mem amgap kugap, kramanik, kiga mayamak.
Look, you have a sample. Get out of there before those things activate.
Please stay. I am Sajin, First Archon of the New Hutt Empire, and Shadow Chief of the Conquest World Macabre. And you are the newest Lord of the Dark Council. I've been wondering about your presence here, but of course, you wanted the isotope.
Fancy titles and arrogance won't stop me from cutting you in two.
Nor will cutting me in two win you anything. The only isotope 5 left on Macabre is locked in the planet's core, and when that explodes, there won't be any left at all. Our army of droids is being assembled at facilities across the planet. Your empire has nothing. Rumor is, even your emperor is missing.
Tell me what you know about those rumors. The Sith Emperor?
The Sith Emperor is presumed dead by the Jedi. They're almost ready to go public with the claim, but that's all I know. Now let's see how many droids it takes to eliminate you. More than one, I wager, but not many.
This is Lord Sitharat. There are reinforcements coming. We are under attack.
Okay, so we just have confirmation there that we already knew from before if you watched the Jedi-Knight series. So basically, the Jedi-Knight at the end of the series for that goes and kills the Emperor. And the Hutts already know it, and the Republic already knows it, but the Empire's been kind of questioning it, whether the Emperor is actually dead or not. Plus, at the end of the Jedi-Knight story, you also have the weird situation where the Emperor almost talks to people while he's dead, so we don't necessarily know if he's dead or if he's just existing in a different form. But we do have confirmation there that everybody else thinks he's dead too, so it's not a good position for the Empire to be in at the end of the day, which is not necessarily helping their street cred in this entire war.
My lord. My team is attempting to aid you from the security center, but we cannot hold long. Awaiting orders.
What's the opposing force? What's your status?
I have 2 men down, and we face at least 30.
Kala jiwa nimok. Bemgam nyama naya aikam.
Notrin, you're going to get them all killed.
We will do our duty.
Bastard. Between you and Sitharat, we might be able to lower the stronghold's heat shield and flood the vault with lava.
The droids would be buried in molten rock, but I doubt Sitharat's team would survive long enough to see it.
Sitharat will obey. We lower the heat shield and obliterate those things.
Fine. Looks like you'll have to disrupt the vault heat shield overrides. Sitharat's adjustments and the quake damage will do the rest.
Bemga naya nugan. Jinim naya lak umnan mege.
We know our part, but move quickly. The droids shall burn.
So we have 2 options here. Either we save Lord Sitharat by helping him get out alive. That's basically the situation that we're getting into. Or we sacrifice him and have him burn these droids with lava and burn himself in the process, which is what I was talking about earlier with my character. She is a Sith, and she is on the Dark Council, and her position is threatened because of this. So she needs to make sure any Sith in the way that could possibly, threaten her are taken care of. It's kind of mean, but it's just the Sith way, and it's what she's learned to do throughout the entire training through the academy. I mean, you see it when she takes out her master in Chapter 1, and then when she gets into Chapter 3, she pretty much does the same thing there. It's just the way the Sith work, and even in the warrior story, you see the same thing. A lot of Sith bickering with each other. So this is just typical Sith behavior. So you can't necessarily blame her, rather, for taking him out. It is a sad moment, though, because at the same time he is atoning for the sins of Darth Malgus, and he's doing a pretty good job for it. At least he won't be living with a bad memory.
Last one. Sitharat, your status?
My men are dead. I am alone against many, but I know my duty. lowering the heat shield.
You die serving the Dark Council. There is no greater honor.
No, my lord. There is not.
No signal. You should get out before lava floods your section. We'll see you at base.
So he died a hero. Definitely did not die in vain, which is good. Like I said, he was atoning for Darth Malgus' sins, and you actually end up getting a letter from someone later on saying, like, hey, we actually wiped all of the bad things that he was atoning for off of his record, and he'll die a hero, which is pretty cool. So it's not necessarily that he died in vain, which, like I said, is always a good thing.
The Hutts are aware of your presence, and the Isotope 5 is gone.
Yes, my lord. We have a sample, and there's more in the core, but I failed.
Today, 3 planets fell to Republic butchers. I sacrificed those worlds and my legions to buy time for this operation. You are responsible for what happens on Makeb.
I have acquiesced to your strategies so far, and I agree to assist you. But do not lecture me on my responsibilities, Lord Mar.
You misunderstand. We have a chance to forge a new empire. An empire united in loyalty and passion, not simplistic dedication to an unseen emperor. But fail to procure the Isotope 5 and the empire dies forever. Solve this.
Kam inu nemuk. Naja naya akam memnik miraka.
And we can't mine the isotope ourselves before the planet explodes. Even if the Hutts cooperated, we'd never get enough.
If the Isotope 5 is locked in the core, and the core is about to detonate, then that's where we need to focus. How do we slow the destruction of the planet? How do we save Makeb?
I don't know if that's possible.
Beraka karam kara. Ninyamak oramag yang megik.
The Empire has no higher priority. Nadrin, contact the Science Bureau. Bring in any outside help you need. Niar, search Solida Hesk's databanks. Her mining company must have studied the planet's geology. The rest of you, maintain security and assist wherever needed. We have work to do.
If I may, my lord, they're making progress. But even if we save Makeb, the timing... If the Hutts realize the planet's not about to blow, they'll never leave willingly. We can't afford a ground war. We still need them to evacuate.
The Hutts and the Republic can't learn what we're trying to do. Consider information control your priority.
Kala jiwa nimok. Bemgam nyama naya ayam.
Terrace engineering post here. Stabilizing Makeb's core is theoretically possible, but we don't have enough data.
Quest Geo-Survey Station. We need to induce the Isotope 5 inside Makeb to release an energy pulse, allowing us to map all of its deposits.
Mem amgap kugap. Kramanik. Umka kiga mayamak.
Summarize the science for me, Nadrin. What am I doing down there?
Nibaga klamka. Gakyam. Glagnimu amya galak. Bomo gala apayang. Nilama imi amka amgap.
If we do this, our best access point is the laser drill shaft, where the Isotope 5 was originally discovered. The shaft runs kilometers under a mining station, and it's been abandoned, so probably treacherous. But less chance of Hutt interference.
Why would the Hutts have abandoned the mining station?
Still trying to open those files, but something about safety issues.
Laporam amka. Mamni Nigag, Nagnaya Mamni, Gambram.
Be careful. The center of a planet isn't built for people.
Well, this is definitely gonna start getting pretty dang interesting.